What's up guys, I'm Chris and today you're watching a magic video on my favorite ESP decks. Alright, first things first, if you like this video, give it a like, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join the Chris Edwards Magic Secret Access group on Facebook for unlisted videos and other news. And then also, if you want to donate to the channel, I will leave my Buy Me a Coffee link in the description below. Alright, so today we are looking at my favorite ESP decks. Now I'm going to go over all of the decks that I have from probably my least favorite to my most favorite. And then there will also be some unique. First, I'm just going to cover the unique decks. Now, I guess I'll go over my least favorite at the moment. And that would be Spooky's Magic ESP testing set. It's not a bad set. There's a great tutorial. The set itself is nice. The reason that I don't currently love them is simply because the markings are too hard for me to read. Now I have figured out a way, because this is a different marking system, I figured out a way how to modify these so that I can get the markings easily every time. So once I do that, I'm going to use these more and then they will probably move up in my list. Basically they look like this. So they are marked. You wouldn't be able to tell right now. I can't even tell right now, but I will be able to fix that. But they have a nice design, the faces, and these actually come with 6 shapes. So you have your standard 5 plus a hexagon for a 6th. So that is the Spooky's Magic ESP testing set. Now, I should just mention there will be a lot of cuts in this video because most of these are all in the packaging, as I want to show you the tuck cases for some of them. But I don't think you want to sit and watch me take the cards out of all the boxes and whatnot. So there will be a lot of cuts in this video. I know in the past some people have said there's too much editing or too many cuts, and I was simply trying to remove dead time and a lot of the ums, and just wasted time. But anyway, just wanted to get that out there. Another unique set that I really do like is the Occult set by Caleb Wade. Now, if you haven't seen my review that I just recently put out, check that out. Now, these are all completely unmarked. So there's the back design. There's absolutely nothing to see. And then you have some modern, it's a modern ESP set. So you have your circle, your cross, your triangle, your square, and your star. That's how we would look at them in the sense of how we already memorize the symbols, but as you can see, the symbols are different. Very, very great set. Check out the full review. Nothing but good things to say about that. And then we have Paul Carnazzo's travel ESP cards. Now, what I really like about these is they will fit in any wallet, and you have a set of 10 cards. Now, 5 cards is about the thickness of one of your plastic, like credit cards or debit cards. So you can actually fit the entire set in one pocket in a wallet. So that's really nice. Now, these are all fully marked. You can get these in blue and red or black, and I have the black here. Really like this set. The reason that I'm just putting them in kind of the unique section is simply because they are a lot thinner and you can carry these pretty much anywhere. So let's move on to the bulk of the video. So the first one we have here are the bicycle backed ESP cards. Now these come in a set of 25. I got blue and red in here. I basically made a full deck. Now these aren't marked, so you would have to, you would just use these in certain routines in where you don't need markings. But the reason I included these is because they're very cheap. I think you get a set of 25 for like $7. So very basic, really nothing to them. Not much to say either. I don't really use these because I do like to use marked cards if I'm not using Occult. With Occult, there is a specific routine that Caleb has designed that I think is phenomenal. All right, next is the set that comes with the How to Read Minds kit by Illusionist. These are probably my least favorite. Now they're plastic, so that's nice. The markings are easy to read, but there's two ways of reading these. One, I think, is good. Two, kills the set, I think. You might actually be able to see what that is when I hold these up. For me, this is just too obvious. Basically, if you hold this a certain way, the participant can see exactly what you're doing. If they didn't have that feature, which I don't think is a feature, I think it's a downfall, then I think these would be good cards. But because of that feature, I'll never actually use these. So that's that. Even though they're well-made cards, because of that feature, they are going to be my least favorite. Next is a very simple set of ESP cards. This is by Royal Magic. Really, they're cardstock. There's not much to say about them. They're just very standard ESP. But the markings are simple to read. So that's your back design. And yeah, the marking system works well, easy to use, doesn't take any real time to think about it. So if you're looking for a cheap set, that would be these ones. I think they're around that $7 mark as well. If you're just getting into ESP, that might be a set to look at. They'll do everything you need them to do, and easy markings. Next is the Anglo, I don't know, ESP set. This is a full deck. You have some gimmick cards in here. They are on just a cardstock. These are some gimmicked cards, and then they are all marked. Now the markings on these are also easy to read. That's your back design here. The cardstock isn't great. The finish isn't great. These are actually kind of a pricier deck. When I first got this, and I didn't really have other sets, I actually really liked these. So they're not bad. You do get a full deck, so that's all right. Again, markings are extremely easy. Don't have to think about it. You can't miss it. So definitely a safe set to purchase. They're pretty pricey. I think they're like $20 for the set, and I think there's better ones out there. So that's your tuck case. Next is the Vernay ESP testing cards. So with this, you get 25 cards. Not sure if you get gimmick cards or not. I don't think so. But anyway, here's your back design. Actually, I really like these ones. Now, they're relatively affordable. Back design is simple. Markings are extremely easy to read, and just a quick glance and you know exactly what the card is. They're just a cardstock. The finish, they just feel like game cards if you were to get like a board game or something like that. So definitely not professional quality, but being ESP, depending on your routines, it's not like you have to do shuffles or any fancy card work. So these work great. I actually really like these ones. They also come in a jumbo version, which I will show you here. Actually, there probably won't be many cuts in this video because I'm talking as I am packaging and unpackaging. So anyway, here's the jumbo set. Much bigger. You can use these on stage, obviously. That's what this would be for. And then you have your back design. So extremely easy to read with these ones. Really like them. Use them in a few stage shows. Then we have the ESP Origins cards. Now I really want to get a black set of these, but they seem to have been sold out. I think they came about before the red and blue, or orange and blue, or brown and blue. Colorblind, so I'm not sure what these are. I'd like to get a black set. Anyway, these have a really good look to them. They have a vintage look. They look faded, worn in a sense. The cards themselves are really good. They have a nice finish. You get some gimmicked cards. You can also buy an additional set of 10 cards, I think. That's a mixture between red, black, and blue, just for some extra gimmicks, so you can do some additional routines. You do get some gimmicked cards with these, though. And the marking system, it's really, really good. Super deceptive. I wouldn't say it's the easiest to read. It would take some practice so that you can get the system down. Now, you are looking in the same place. There's nothing really complicated about the system. It's just that they have made the design very deceptive, so it takes some time to kind of get used to the markings. That's the back of the red, orange, or brown, or rust. We're going to call it rust. It looks like rust. So I do like these cards, but I would only use them in like a real close-up setting where I can really get a good look at them, and in a well-lit room or environment. Next, we have the ESP 3.0, like perfect ESP 3.0. I do really like these ones. They are extremely deceptive. Very, very simple back design. I find these easy to read, but others who have not the best eyesight, I've seen say that they have some difficulty reading them. But to me, like I'm looking right now, I can see exactly what I need to see instantly. So here's your back design. Now these are put out by Michael Murray. You get a great tutorial. Oh, I should also mention I was going to, with the Vernay set, you get a really good tutorial. There's a lot of routines included in that, so that's a bonus. But with this, you get a booklet with some amazing routines in them. The cards themselves are very, very good. I know a lot of people love these cards. I like the tuck case because there's no advertising or anything. It's just a plain white tuck case with a sticker on it saying, ESP, or the testing cards. So I really like those cards. I've done a review on those, so check that out if you want. Next, we have the Naked ESP cards. These were my favorite. Well, I had a tie between these and Black Cat Magic's ESP set, which I'll show you here in a moment. With these, your tuck case basically just says Zener testing cards. The thing that I like about most of these tuck cases is that they don't let on to that these are special cards, right? They talk about, the Rhine Research Institute, things like that. There's an information card in here to kind of sell the storyline or the story behind the cards. This is what the cards look like. Now these are plastic, so that's awesome. These ones come in gray and an amazing back design. These are fully marked. So I really, really like these ones. Easy to read once you know the marking system, but this is one of the designs where I looked and looked and looked and I could not find the markings until I purchased them. After that, you have fully naked ESP. So that was naked ESP. This is fully naked ESP. The difference is this is a full deck. So this comes in a metal tin. You got a full deck here. You also have a little information card. That's your tutorial. You don't want that. Well, you want that, but not on video. This kind of tells the story of Zenner. And then these cards, the difference is, now I've heard a number of people say these are plastic. They're not. They're cardstock. They kind of feel plastic, but they're cardstock. You can see through the top, there are layers there. But very, very good cards. Just like the Naked ESP, these, the only difference really is that these come in black and the back design is the same. So really awesome back design. And you get a full deck. So you can do some things with these that you can't do with others. So if you want a full deck, oh well. If you want a full deck, that's a really, really good one to get. Next, we have the Black Cat Magic ESP cards. Now, these were my favorite for a long, long time. Still definitely are one of my favorites in the top 3. These are all plastic. Okay. They are a one-way back design, and they are fully marked. So I love the markings on these ones. Just overall, I love these cards. You get a pack of 10 here. These ones are a little bit pricier, but I would say they are well worth the money. I love the markings. I love the one-way design. I like the simplicity. I like the color scheme. And really, they'll last you forever. So you're only paying that price once. I think they're $30, and I don't think that that's a bad price for these. And then last but not least is Eclipse by D. Christopher and the 1914. So it took me a while to buy these, honestly, and there was such hype over them, and well-deserved hype. The thing is, for me, I didn't love kind of the geometric back design, all the triangles and dotted lines and stuff. I didn't love that. I didn't love the way it looked. I got past that, bought them for review. First, I'll say, everything you've heard about them is true. You can read the markings across the room, low light, best marking system that I have seen. So again, I don't love the look of the back, but the markings are so good that this became my favorite ESP set. And the tutorial is phenomenal. You learn some great routines, you get great teaching, and then a lot of good information, subtleties, suggestions, advice, ideas. There's so much packed into the 1914 tutorials. So this quickly became my favorite ESP deck. You get 25 cards in this. They're plastic. They are a simple design. And again, just the markings. That's what made these rise to the top for me. So I carry 10 of these. Oh, also the nice thing is you get this black tuck case. So it's just a plain black tuck case. There's nothing on it, which I like. So you get that. You get 25 cards. I usually carry, I have 2 sets of 10 in different bags, and then I carry a set of 5 in my wallet. So I always have these cards on me. With that, I think I've gone through all the ESP decks that I have. Quite a few. I know there's people with a lot more. Some people collect these, and I think they're really kind of a staple in mentalism, right? I think that there's been enough information out there and talk that even lay people know what they are, not in the sense that there are special cards or that they don't necessarily know what they're connected with, but they've likely either seen the symbols or heard of ESP. So I think that helps with the overall scheme of things when it comes to extrasensory perception ESP cards, is that they are somewhat familiar, but in a good way, right? So yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of all I have for this video. So again, those are the ones that I like the most. What do you like? Which ones do you have that you didn't see here that maybe I should check out? I know somebody mentioned the Tenyu ones. I checked it out, but they're out of stock. And I know that there are some other great ones out there that I just haven't got to yet. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And with that, we'll see you at the next review.